Well, another PlayStation State of Play has been announced after Jeff Grubb himself said something was coming and people doubted him and the community was going back and forth. And then you had Xbox fanboys teasing PlayStation fanboys. You guys don't get any fan service. PlayStation has announced that a State of Play is going to be broadcasted. It's Thursday, May 30th. That's the day after this recording. And it got the whole gaming community at a buzz. Some people are happy. Some people are disappointed. Some people are in a state of shock because they can no longer clown other fanboys. But what do we think about all this? Or what do I, MM2K, give any hoots in regards to any of this? Very interesting stuff that I'm going to combine with something else that we've heard earlier today, which was mind-blowing. You know what I mean? But before we get into all that, it is, yes, your boy, MM2K of GEiX, Cloud Dosage, Hard Knock Digital Culture, back again with another episode of The Spill. This is where we talk about the latest and greatest in the biggest gaming news of the day. I do it unscripted. This is all from the top of the dome. No, I am not Drake. I don't need reference tracks. No, let me stop. Drake fans, do not be mad at me. I'm just joking. No, this is all from the top of the dome. And this is either going to be viewed as separate VOD or a precursor or pre-show going into our Intro podcast. So make sure that you stay tuned towards the end of this because you will see a card that will take you directly to that podcast if you're not watching this live. Okay. With that being said, man, oh man, this is some crazy stuff. So just within 24 hours, right, we had a whole bunch of news in regards to Xbox, regarding Call of Duty and Call of Duty coming day and date to Game Pass, then them confirming through Jeff Keighley of the Game Awards show that no, they're not going to be putting Call of Duty day and date in a specific tier Game Pass. It's coming to all the normal tiers of Game Pass that a new Xbox game would come into. Question still remains, is there going to be a price hike? But that's a whole nother show. I don't want to take too much time talking about that. We talked about that yesterday. Check out our videos yesterday in regards to Call of Duty Black Ops 6 being announced. That being said, yes. So we got to give credit where credit is due. Jeff Grubb did announce this, even though people like myself asked, why are we still listening to Jeff Grubb? I guess this is why. But before we go any further, I want to show you guys something. Here we go. So this is the tweet from PlayStation. It says State of Play returns with a 30+ minute broadcast this Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. BST. Tune in live for updates on 14 PlayStation 5 and PSVR 2 titles, including a look at the PlayStation Studio titles arriving later this year, which is supposed to include Concord. We're going to go over this in the main show again. We'll have tiles at the end of this to take you to the main show if if you're not watching this live when this is premiering. But State of Play returns this Thursday. It says when you go to the link, State of Play is back. Tune in live for updates on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation VR 2 titles, plus a look at PlayStation games arriving later this year. The 30+ minute show features 14 titles, as they said. And they give you information on the co-streaming and all that other stuff. So it sounds like to me that what's going to happen is you're going to hear about games like Wolverine and all that other good stuff, right? And that's awesome. There's something else that I do want to show you guys real quick if I can find it, because it's very, very relative to this. And hopefully you are a member on MM2K Gaming and you've watched our member stream that we just did preceding this. Again, if you're watching this live, what the hell am I talking about? I am talking about this tweet from Hip Hop Gamer, which again, I know that people are like, Hip Hop Gamer says crazy stuff, and you know, and I don't know all of this quote unquote crazy stuff that this guy has said in the past, but I can tell you, like, as of this gen, this dude has been spot on. Let me show you guys this. So he says some stuff like, and we talk about this in this member stream, that The Halo game is coming to PlayStation. Xbox next machine will be more of an open platform. Microsoft Gaming AI impacts the new PlayStation 6. And it's just a whole bunch of stuff, man. And again, because of his track record so far this generation, he talks about things years in advance. People laugh at him because it's not around the corner, but then it ends up happening anyway. Like everything that he said that was happening at the beginning of the generation, it's already happened, or there are signs of it coming to fruition. So you take this with a grain of salt because it is a report. It hasn't been confirmed from the companies themselves. But man, oh man, this is serious. Now, what has this got to do with this state of play? Well, in this video, one of the things that he talks about is some big partnership between PlayStation and Rockstar in regards to GTA 6. And he says it's particularly surrounding the PlayStation 5 Pro. All right. It's particularly surrounding the PlayStation 5 Pro. And I'm here to tell you that if that means that the PlayStation 5 Pro and GTA 6 are working together in regards to performance, because we know GTA 6 is not launching on PC. It's launching on consoles. And if that means that the PlayStation 5 Pro is the only way you can get GTA 6 at either 60 frames per second or plus 30, like really in between, I would say if it's 45 frames or higher that this thing hovers around. Particularly, I think for them to see maximum success, it would have to be between 50 and 60, with it targeting 60. I'll just put it like this, to simplify it, if GTA 6 targets 60 only on the PlayStation 5 Pro, PlayStation 5 Pro is flying off the shelves. It is flying off the shelves. Now, here's the flip side of this. Many are not too pleased with this news. Why? Because they're like, oh man, this is only a 30+ minute show and they're only giving us updates on 14 games. Like, we don't know what's coming. This is not some long drawn out showcase where they're really giving us in-depth insight into what's coming this year. PlayStation is running dry. This is going to be weak. You're hearing this from PlayStation fans, which again, I got to give my flowers to Jeff Grubb because Jeff Grubb predicted this as well. Here's my thoughts. I am cool with there being a showcase. I think we're pretty familiar with the fact that as far as first party titles are concerned, the only games that are coming first party that we know of is Concord. If we get any other badass titles out of first party or any other exclusive content that is being revealed here that's badass, not some game like Stray, nothing against Stray, but you know what I'm saying, but something at least badassery as far as like Helldivers 2 is concerned, or a AAA title that we didn't know about, that's a W. And if that is true, what Hip Hop Gamer was alluding to, and that's being shown at this showcase, oh man, that's going to be crazy. So take it all with a grain of salt. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited for it. You know what I'm saying? I told Cold Blood yesterday, I think PlayStation cannot go without showing something. And if they're showing us Concord, if they're showing us more content that'll appeal to us hardcore gamers that we didn't know that was coming at the end of the year, I think that's a win for the platform because they already had a hell of a first quarter coming into this year. A couple more titles would just make it another very good year for PlayStation. Also, one more thing that's happening too with PlayStation is that let's take a look at this real quick. Wow. Matt Piscatella of Circana / NPD dropped another NPD report. And not only did PlayStation dominate again, you know what I'm saying, first place in sales and units sold, but look at the PlayStation games that are here, that are dominating. Stellar Blade is number 1. Helldivers is number 2. All right. We also got MLB The Show here. We got Rise of the Ronin here. And what else? And then we got Marvel Spider-Man 2. I think there's like a total of 6 PlayStation games that are here, either PlayStation exclusives or PlayStation studio games. That's phenomenal. Cold Blood's gonna have to give me my flowers. He was talking that crap about PlayStation gamers being too much of frauds and they sold more Sea of Thieves than Stellar Blade. We'll see. Will he give me my flowers? Because I'm always giving him his. We'll see. We're gonna be talking about all this on the show. If you're watching this live, just stay tuned. If you're not watching it live and you're watching it as a VOD, a separate what is that? A separate VOD, then what you're going to want to do is definitely check out the card to the left that's popping up now and watch the podcast. You're not going to want to miss it. Till next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace. Well. Well. What's up, people? It's your boy, MM2K. I'm here with your co-host, Cold Blood Sensei. Cold Blood, how you doing today, man?
Not good.
Not good. He's still, oh, man.
Absolutely not. Disappointed. Fucking mad.
He's still furious, y'all. Uh-oh. I got to be nice to Cold Blood now. Y'all were kind of mean to him yesterday.
Yesterday I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
Today I am full of energy and I want to fucking destroy PlayStation, bro. Like, seriously. This shit, bro? Nah. You fucked with the wrong guy today.
You hear that? T. Harris in the chat says, I'm excited about PlayStation didn't show us again. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. This is Herman Holtz, the next fucking Phil Spencer.
Oh, man.
Telling you the exact same shit. He's excited for shit he didn't show you.
Why ain't the social thing popping up? Yeah, I'm gonna put T. Harris's shameful comment up there. Why ain't it popping up? Is this it? Okay, there we go. What's up, everybody? Yeah, oh man, come on in. Now y'all were kind of more mean to Cold Blood yesterday. Y'all called him Cold Eastwood. Y'all were saying all types of mean shit to him. He said he's ready for y'all today. He said he dare y'all to fuck with him today. So let's see. But yeah, everybody, we got a great show for you today. We are going to be talking that, oh my gosh, that controversial, to say the least, that controversial state of play. But it's not all bad news. We're going to be talking PlayStation, the SIE business meeting, and we're going to kind of lump into that what we were talking about in the opening trailer, the NPD and PlayStation's dominance. And we can have a further discussion about that dominance, and do we feel like it's at risk going into future years or whatever because of recent decisions. And then we're going to close off with Hellblade. We wanted to talk about Hellblade this week, give like the final thoughts of where we think this game stands and what it means for Xbox. We'll have that discussion today. I'll be leaning on Cold Blood for most of the way because I still have yet to play the game, but I got some alarming statistics to show you guys, to where I can, even though I haven't played the game, I can't talk about what the game offers in gameplay or anything like that, but I can talk to you about the reception because there's some alarming statistics going on there. We got Doriega in the house. He says big showcase will be summer. Calm down. Oh man, they piling up already. Cold Blood, they coming. They said we'll. They called him Cold Blood Eastwood yesterday. I was like, golly. I'm excited about what PlayStation didn't show.
They are mad. They are mad at me for the wrong shit, bro. I'm gonna explain it. Whatever.
He says, no, don't blame hosts. You folks gave Phil over a decade.
I did not. I did not give him a decade.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know, T. Harris.
I did not even give him 1 year.
Yeah. We didn't give him 10 months. Hell, my first video on YouTube is Phil got a promotion I'm not celebrating. That's when I was trying to battle Porter Rock and King Thrash. I don't know what you talking about, T-Hairs. Yeah, put down that cognac, man. You need to put it down, brother. I don't know what you talking about. All right. So before we get into that, let's talk about what we've been playing. It's been a busy week for both of us. Like, oh yeah, and the reason why, well, there's two things happening. Number one, the show got bumped up a couple of hours because I got a graduation to go to, and transportation got all mixed up and stuff. So it's actually going to add hours to our travel time. So we got to be done by 2. Secondly, we are doing the giveaway today, right? So I want to show you guys this. This is the magic wheel with everybody's names on it. This is everybody that participated in the giveaway. We will spin the wheel and there will be one lucky winner of the $70 giveaway. And because you entered in through the Discord, it was easy. I can just send you a message through Discord to see how you want to get your $70 of PSN credit. So yeah, definitely be tuned in for that. Thank you for everybody that participated. We wish a lot more of you would have participated so you could have been part of this, but that's on you. Right. So those are the two things that are going on today. The pushback of the time, this is why. And then secondly, we are doing the giveaway today. But before we get into that, it was a busy week. I want to talk to Cold Blood. Cold Blood, what you been playing this week, if anything, this week, brother?
X-Defined and Hellblade I did on the weekend.
Okay. We got Sam Walton in the house. He says, preach, T-Hairs. He says, where the hell was the baby steps? I mean, Wolverine and what is that? Ghost of Tsushima 2? Well, all right. In all fairness, and we'll talk about our scores. Like if you didn't see our show yesterday, definitely go back because we live reacted to the show. I'm not going to defend the state of play at all. I'm going to explain, in parts what things are in reality. So there's no mix-ups or there's no mysteries. It was a state of play, right? So Ghost of Tsushima 2, nobody expected that to launch this year. What else did he say? Wolverine. There's rumored to be a showcase. So if that is true, I would expect them there. If I don't see them there, then yes, that would be a problem. This is a state of play. This is more casual than anything, but that's still no excuse for the level of quality that we got yesterday and some things that we saw that were not atypical even of a state of play. But yeah, I think you guys are mixing state of plays with showcases. Sony does it a little bit different. But that's why I wouldn't expect like any granular announcements like that there unless they decide to do a state of play around a specific game like they did with God of War, Ragnarok, and what's that, Horizon Forbidden West. But that's after those games were already announced and they said, okay, we want to do a state of play to show you the gameplay, So, Sam Walton said, I was referring to his statement about people calling Hulse out to be gone, but gave Phil Spencer a decade to do what? Oh, okay. Well, that's how Sam's, I don't know if that was actually T-Hairs' interpretation. Sam, what do you think? I mean, Cold Blood, what do you think about that? Sam is like, everybody's telling Herm that they want him gone now, but they gave Phil Spencer a year. I mean, does that even apply to you?
No. I want him to be a CEO, but right now, if this state of play is any indication of what he's gonna bring us,
you want to be accountable.
Your head should be rolling after a year, at max.
You just want him to be accountable. If he is responsible for what we're seeing and why, then he wants accountability. I have a slightly different take, but I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I mean, I have a slightly different take on who a lot of this falls on, but I don't know. Like I saw something earlier today from a former developer of Ben Studios, where he named Herm Hulse directly. I mean, what am I going to say about that? You know what I'm saying? I can say, well, no. I don't think that's Herm. I mean, the dude said directly that Herm Hulst was responsible for something not coming to fruition that people have been asking for. So there's nothing wrong with holding people accountable. And can I say this in cold blood? Interrupt me and chime in whenever. I just want to say this. I don't mind, and when I say this, I'm saying this hyperbolically. I'm not saying don't do it, because you guys are grown. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. But I'm thinking, don't come to us talking about, well, what about this and what about that? And I've never made excuses for Phil Spencer. Cold Blood definitely never made excuses for Phil Spencer. We criticize that motherfucker constantly. Like, really, I owe Phil Spencer royalty checks for how much I criticize and make content off his ass, right? We hold people accountable here on this channel. And even though my brother comes at it at a more critical level than I did yesterday, and we displayed our differences, I'm not mad at him for being critical. When we don't like shit, even when we don't like it from our favorite entities, we hold them accountable. So, I mean, I don't have to give, or I don't think I'm not as deep with it with Herman Hulst as far as Cold Blood is, but I don't think Cold Blood has to give Herm Hulst a chance because of Phil Spencer. Fuck a Phil Spencer, like literally, fuck him. Like, he was horrible. He should have been let go. He was not good at that job. It was evident after Crackdown. Like, you may have been able to finagle your way.
Look,
go ahead.
Maybe he confuses us with the bots that are on Twitter right now. Yeah. We're not them. We don't care who you are or how long you've been there. You're going to be held to account. Now, I would hold Herman Hulst to account if I felt like he was behind this stuff. I wouldn't say he has to go now, but he better learn his lesson quick. Cold Blood is like the motherfucker has to go. Whatever. Like, we hold people accountable. I mean, nobody at Sony is going to say, the Cold Blood and that motherfucking MM2K said they got to go. We're in trouble. They're not going to say that. We're just hoping that through our angst, that at least motivates you guys to not go with the fray and speak up too. You ain't got to speak up as fiercely as we do and ask for what we're asking, but at least acknowledge that something is awry here. There's a problem. There's a problem that needs to be addressed. That's all. So nobody's got to give Herm anything. He's not entitled to that job. He's not entitled to our trust. Our trust has to be earned. And just because he earns my trust doesn't mean that he earned Cold Blood's trust. And vice versa. And the hell with Phil. Fuck Phil. I mean, when it comes to that job, fuck him. I don't give two fucks about Phil. Phil is making more money than me, Cold Blood, and all you motherfuckers in this chat combined. Am I going to shed crocodile tears if Satya walks into his office and says, you know what, Phil, it's been a hell of a run, buddy. It's been a hell of a run, but you failed beyond comprehension. Gotta go. There go some boxes. You think I'm gonna be like, oh shit, no, not Phil, no, because it's true, and he's been given 10 years. And so if they walk into Herman Hulst's office and they say the same thing, okay, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know what Herm Hulst. Hey, me and Cold Blood go back and forth about this, but again, I don't think either one of us is right or wrong. We don't know because we're not there. I tell Cold Blood, my opinion is that a lot of these things that are making people nauseous on the PlayStation side, I don't think Herm Hulst is behind it. He believes that he's behind it. Okay, fine. Neither of us knows. But I do admit to him, I'm like, is there some spectacular achievement that Herm Hulst has done yet? And I say, no, there isn't. I just don't think he's responsible for as much bad as we've seen. I think some of that was some of Jim Ryan's missteps, a lot of Totoki's missteps currently. But if he were to be told that he's let go tomorrow, I mean, okay.
I think we have this dependency to defend execs and people that work for our favorite brand too much, instead of just looking for results. See, here we look for results. Now, what I try to do is I try to level and balance expectations for those results to let you say, hey, I get why you want that, but we got to remember these are businesses, and from a business sense, that might be a little bit hard for them to obtain or for them to do. I try to balance out those expectations, but still, expectations are job one here. I have no allegiance to anybody that works for Sony. I don't give a fuck. All I want is for Sony to give me good product within reason, right? And I think as long as you have that mind state, you stay in the mind state of a consumer. And when you stay in the mind state of a consumer, you always are looking out for your best interest as the consumer, opposed to making excuses for people that are making more money than you'll ever see in your life. Those are my 2 cents. I don't know, cold blood. And again, I'm not trying to offend anybody or whatever. You know, a lot of it is performative, but in my mind, I'm thinking, you guys coming here talking about, oh, you got to give this one a chance because we ain't got to do none of that shit because we never gave Phil a chance. We never made excuses for Phil. Not even me. The Xbot guy. I've never made an excuse for Phil. I've had people tell me in offline meetings with other Xbox creators. Like someone said to me, literally, they were like, and I think it's comical. They said, damn, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you always on Phil's neck? You make it seems like that he fucked your side bitch or something. That was somebody's exact words to me. And I was like, it ain't that deep, bro. It's just I have expectations as a consumer. I ain't got to defend Phil. He's not living up to expectations. So I'm on his neck until he does. And I think you guys should do the same thing. I swear to goodness, that was somebody's exact words to me in a meeting amongst a lot of us Xbox content creators. So, just my 2 cents. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys are saying. Heard because of Pivot, PlayStation ain't dropping big titles before next May. Hope not true. What big pivot? What is this big pivot? That sounds like Xbot rhetoric. I just think that there is a disconnect in their what do you call that shit? There's a serious disconnect in their what do you call that? Their outreach. They got it twisted. But what is this big pivot? Help me understand. Let's see here. Doriega says, won't him he just started. That was the big one. Co-CEO. Most of this stuff for the State of Places Me First was already set before he even came in. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I have that same feeling too. Like that's why me personally, I don't jump on it. He says, don't get me wrong, I want the big boys, but it's way too early to go in either direction right now. Okay. Let's see here. Let go tomorrow. He was just announced co-CEO a damn week ago. What? Well, no, I mean, it's not the CEO part, Cold Blood. I mean, you're looking at what he did as head of studios, right? And that's why you're like, you don't have any faith in him. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I just wanted to make sure I had that right. He says also you have to take into account we all don't have the same taste in what we see either. Well, we can talk about that. And again, like I said, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to invalidate anybody's opinions. We want you guys' opinions. We just want you guys to understand where we're coming from. And don't get it twisted. The same pressure that we're putting on Phil is the same pressure we're putting on Herman Holmes. It's just that for some reason, Phil Spencer has been given all the leniency in the world over a decade. You would think that this guy had Xbox number one. You know what I'm saying? He's been there for 10 years. Like to me, that's crazy. He says, you left Phil for Stadia. I believe you. Yeah. Okay. And that Phil has got a spot on the couch warmed up for your Phil. So, I mean, this is what I don't get from you Xbots, that you even want to bring up Stadia. Do you understand that, number one, the reason why you're in this predicament right now, where games like Baldur's Gate 3, you know, aren't coming day and date with the other titles, why people are upset with the platform, you understand it's because of Stadia, right? Like Lockhart, which was the code name for the Series S, they scrapped that originally. This is all coming from Paul through our think tank. Brad Sams of that think tank. They scrapped that. Why? Because developers told them, you do this Lockhart and it's going to bottleneck the Series X, and we're not going to waste our time with it, because what have you proven to us that you're really going to compete this generation? And they were right. So they scrapped it and they said, oh, what we're going to do is, if you want the cheaper Xbox experience, you're just going to have to get it through xCloud. We're only going to release the Series X. That's why they were only talking about the Series X. We're only talking about one console. But then when they saw Stadia, that's when they panicked. That's when Phil sent out that letter. I think we can do better. That's why his dumbass went on the Fortune magazine interview and said, would you ship that? They were going to ship that. And they said, oh, hell no. We need something for the lower entry console gamer. And xCloud is not, if they're doing that with Stadia, xCloud is not going to work. And so then they brought back the Series S. So the Series S itself, then the waffling back and forth, is an integral reason on why the Series X underperforms opposed to what it says on paper, why it underperforms with the consumer, and why Xbox is in the miserable state that it's in now. You could thank Stadia for that. And Stadia got the last laugh. You know how? Because when you bought Activision Blizzard, you were trying to go exclusive. Remember the letters that you sent to Jim Ryan? And you were like, we'll give you Activision Blizzard stuff in totality for 6 years. That's what y'all wanted to do. Guess who put a halt to that? Stadia. Google went and snitched to the CMA and to all the regulators and said, look what they did with the Bethesda deal. We were working with Bethesda on Project Orion that was going to boost up our infrastructure, and then they nixed that. And now they're nixing our partnership with Call of Duty, because Google has a partnership with Call of Duty behind the scenes stuff. And they said, look at them. They're monopolizing the market and they're doing anti-consumer shit. Them snitching to the regulators is what made these 10-year deals happen, and what made Call of Duty for the streets, and is the reason why Xbox actually made its pivot. So get your shit right. All you Xbots, I be seeing y'all, all you Xbots on your shows or wherever taking jabs at Stadia, you show your idiocy. Do you understand that at Stadia, even though it failed, the only thing it succeeded in was throwing a monkey wrench in your plans twice. First with the Series S, and then your ability to go exclusive with Activision Blizzard. I would never mention Stadia in my vocabulary again. Because anybody outside of y'all's dim-witted silos that comes and releases that information to y'all will make y'all look stupid. Take it out of your vocabulary. We got Jenna Hayes in the house. Jenna Hayes says hello. Says MM2K Gaming News. Why is Marlin Gaming Nation saying the state of play was bad? They are judging games like Concord before even playing the game. Well, we're going to get into that, Jenna. I will say this. To be fair to Marlin, we said it was bad too. Just so you're aware. We said it was bad too. But
I personally can understand why people would have been okay with it, because I see that there's mixed reception to it. I can understand it. You know what I'm saying? But we think it was bad for a specific reason. But I'm not mad at anybody that liked it. We said it last night live on the show, Cold Blood. We're like, damn, we really are different from everybody else. We are way more critical, which we think is a good thing. Because if we're co-signing for something, that it must be the shit.
Moss, I didn't want to be critical, but fucking Sony forced me.
He said it forced his hand. It's been, hey, I didn't either. I wanted to go in there and be like, oh, okay, that was a cool 7, maybe at worst. Oh, that was a 6. But that's how the state of plays normally are. I didn't expect to consider this thing what I did. I'm not gonna say. I'll tell you guys the score shortly. Listening to Marlon shake my. Well, I mean, you listen to Colt T. Harris, so shut up. Marlon has no stance. He says what gets him views. Ignore him. Genesis, I thought it was okay, and that's fine. That's fine. I have no problem with that.
Listening to Colt is now a fucking insult. That's funny.
Hey, look, y'all know I rock out with Mag. I love Mag, but I don't, and I have nothing personal against Colt, but you can't insult any. If you're sitting there faithfully listening to Colt and watching his videos with your shirt off and stuff like that, you can't come to me and criticize anybody else for being a grifter or anything like that. Like, stop it. Like, give it up. And I'm not saying I listen to Marlon. I'm just saying, if Colt is in your playlist, is on your repeat list, he's one of the top people you listen to, and you come here trying to talk about somebody else, you need to stop it. State of play was C-. Thought, and that's cool. I can understand now after looking at it why people would come away with that. I completely understand it. You know what I'm saying? I completely understand it. We can't hold him accountable when he's been in a position for less than 10 days. Again, and Cold Blood can reiterate too, it's not simply because of the CEO position that he's saying this. I think Cold Blood is looking at it from his time as head of studios. Like, we got to remember, he had a significant role before he became CEO. He had a very significant role before he became CEO. And just as an FYI, guys, just so you understand how business works, the moment that Jim Ryan was let go, the business, it's called a contingency plan. I don't want to bore you guys with the details. That's why I keep telling you, you got to understand how this shit works. It's called a contingency plan. When Jim Ryan left, I guarantee you that the contingency plan was already set where they were going to do this dual CEO thing. They first started off with Hiroki, who was going to give the business a look. Then after Hiroki got settled in, they moved forward with the contingency plan. He started working with Herman Holst on stuff. He started working with the other guy. I'm sorry, the other guy's name leaves me right now. The other guy's on stuff that's over the hardware. And believe you me, now that I think about it, to be fair to Cold Blood, Hiroki would have not just made these decisions on his own. He probably was the final stop, but he probably worked with Herman Holst, who they were getting ready to set into this dual CEO position and announce. Nobody ever just goes and says, "Oh, guess what? You're the new this and new that." They never do that. You get told in advance, and then there's a grooming period. Especially when it's a role like that. There's a grooming period. So don't believe that Herman Holst wasn't sitting there making these CEO decisions and having these conversations with Hiroki, and this hardware guy wasn't either. They don't announce everything that they do when they walk back and forth to their offices. It doesn't work like that. So to be fair to Cold Blood, Who's to say that Herman didn't sit down with Hiroki in regards to this state of play, and this was the brainchild of what they thought would be a good state of play? That's why it's important that we understand how this stuff works. It's a contingency plan. They would have already been working on that contingency plan. They didn't just get up one day and say, oh, here goes our, it's not like TV. Here goes our list of candidates. I like Herman Hulse's strong chin. Yeah, let's go with him. Yeah. Who's going to let him know that he's next in line? He already knew it. He's already making decisions. He just doesn't have sign-off power yet. But he's sitting in the meetings. He's going over the decision-making. He's putting in his input, and his sign-in power becomes official at a specific date. But don't think that he's not part of the planning before his role is announced. So to be fair to Cole, and again, I don't know. To be fair to Coldblood, a lot more decisions that I'm pinning directly to Hiroki Totoki could be Hiroki Totoki / Herman Hulse. We don't know. But we got to understand how that part of the business works. The one thing I can appreciate is nobody is running around saying people are being toxic because they're saying something negative again. And Sam, you're 1,000% right. I'm 1,000% with you. And again, this is going to make people mad, and I hate to sound like some fanboy rhetoric, but I see bots coming here, and they're saying, "Oh, Pony, suck it, Pony. You're crying, and Pony, you're mad. Oh, Pony, suck it." But like Sam Walton said, the people that favor PlayStation or diehards within the PlayStation community or would consider themselves ponies themselves, they're not doing any of that toxic this and that and you're toxic to gaming stuff. I see that over there with them. So while you're coming over here, and you know who you are, folks, when you guys come over here and go elsewhere and say, oh, well, what about this and what about that? Do that shit with your own, you know what I'm saying, community first. Allow diversity of thought over there, because you guys don't. As soon as someone's critical of Phil, y'all start loading up the pistols and getting ready to go to war. We are just having, tense at times, but we're just having passionate debates. So I appreciate Sam Walton's comment 1,000%. As much as me or Coldblood or vice versa, looking at differences of opinions and we roll our eyes and like, oh, why, no, where'd you get that take from? At least we're practicing the discussion. Can we get 4 more likes? We got 20 people watching. We only got 6 likes. Come on, y'all. Give us 4 more likes. T. Harris says, I've had PlayStation solely since PlayStation 3 in 2007 at every PlayStation console. Me and Xbox only got OG Xbox as a secondary console at 360 while waiting for PlayStation 3 to restock. Snow Bunny in the house says, I'm guessing that they were already set in place 6 to 12 months before Jim Ryan left. I wouldn't say that long, but I would sit there. Normally how it works, Snow Bunny, is, that final month when Jim is leaving, they're talking and they're like, okay, what's the contingency plan? Oh, we're thinking of, and Jim would have helped out in this plan. How about, we do a dual CEO? Like, look, man, this is a lot. Like, you guys don't understand how intense it is. This is a lot. You guys probably need 2 people in this position. All right, Jim. Okay, well, we'll take that into consideration. They probably agreed with it. And Jim was there, or maybe he had just left when they came up with the dual CEO ship. And those guys, the moment that he left, I would assume that they would talk to. And we're like, look, Herm, look, other guy, this is what we're looking to do. And do you accept? And they accepted. And so then, well, Hiroki's, you guys will be reporting to Hiroki, because we still fiscally want to square up some things and shore up some things fiscally. So we want to run the final anvil through Hiroki. But, when it comes to all the CEO and leadership meetings, we want you guys there. So come on. Now, how do I know this? Because as someone who's worked in a Fortune 100 company, we're one of the top 100 companies in the world, the company I work for, when I got promoted, when I went from a section manager to a unit manager, the difference between a section manager and a unit manager is a section manager just has his employees, his one specific function that he or she handles. They may have a supervisor, they may have a team lead that reports to them, that acts at a supervisory level, and then they have their employees. When I got promoted from a section manager to what they call a unit manager, meaning I had a unit, so I had managers reporting to me. And I covered a variety of sections. As a matter of fact, for the department that I worked for in our company, at one point in time, I had the most managers in I had the most employees in the whole department. And all those teams reported up through me. That's what happened when I became unit manager. When I became unit manager, the former unit manager brought me in. I sat with him for a good month beforehand, went to meetings, did all the other stuff. And then the person that was replacing me at the section manager level, when we went and picked her and brought her in, she was there a few weeks or whatever, and you know, then you transition into those roles. So as we're making decisions, we're sitting there talking to each other and gathering input, even from the new people. And it's not like what's the name is brand new. He was head of Worldwide Studios. He knew how stuff operated and worked. So, all right, but let's do this. Can we get, all right, we're going to go into the show. Because I got to step away for 1 second. Cold Blood, are you good, brother? Can you, because the first question I was going to ask is in regards to the show. We might as well get into it. What did you think of the show overall? Just give your overall assessment and then your grade. I'll be right back in like 3 minutes, okay? If that's okay with you, brother.
No. You gotta be here.
Okay. All right. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, you said 3 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Well, then go.
I thought you said no. Oh, okay. Go ahead, brother.
I said no. I'm waiting on you. When you come back, then we'll talk. Wait, so what's up on good choice, Sam Wharton. T. Harris. Who's rushing anyone here? Devil Shooter I can tell you this much. Since Marlon started sucking Phil's dick, I never looked at any of his streams ever again. Like, he became a fucking lunatic afterwards. All I saw was clips, and he went out bad, bro. What Marlon wanted to become is another dealer gaming. Problem is, he jumped in way too late. Like, he jumped in when Xbox had only bad news. Like, one bad news after the other. And if we're being real, this Marlon dude does this gaming shit only for money. He has no other incentive to do this. Like, having fun with this shit, like making fun of others, he couldn't care less. He's always crying about his fucking numbers ain't looking right and shit. How the fuck did we even start with this Marlon shit? Who brought that up again? Devil Shooter. How the fuck did we get to this idiot?
Sorry about that, y'all. So let me guess, Cold Blood, when you gave your take. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, we just roasted Marlon Gaming while it was gone.
Oh shit.
We did nothing else, really.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, there are content creators that, yeah, they're trying to ride a wave. There's definitely creators that, like a lot of these salt mine people, you go back to the PlayStation 4 days and they were staunch PlayStation 4 gamers. You can sit there and argue, oh, well, that's because the PlayStation 4 was so much better. It was that much better. I will say there have been bumps in the road with the PlayStation 5, definitely, and we're experiencing one right now. But when you look at the beginning years of the PlayStation, when you look at those first 4 years of the PlayStation 4 versus the PlayStation 5, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, I think in year 4, that's when Uncharted and Horizon dropped. So for those people, for the diehard fans of PlayStation, yeah, their year 4 is looking different from ours. Even though we had a bunch of bangers at the beginning of the year, it looks like it's fizzling out for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? But those beginning years of PlayStation 5, I think, are significantly better than the beginning years of the PlayStation 4. Now we're going to see how these back end years are, for one. And for two, I think it's proven in the fact that we have people that are spending way more money because there's much more to absorb and to purchase. That's why, you know, up until, you know, when you go to, or how do they explain it? Within the same timeline, the average money being spent on PlayStation by PlayStation gamers was $580. From this time around, it's $700. Now, granted, games are $10 more, but it's not the purchase of new games that's doing it. It's the purchase of additional content. So it's like PlayStation gamers are happier with the titles that they are buying, and they're buying more stuff to support those titles. Then you got PlayStation Portal. You know what I'm saying? That's killing the scene. I mean, so, yeah. I just wanted to bring that up to say that we got a bunch of creators that are trying to ride this wave of whatever's popular. And so whatever they think will get them the most clicks, they're going to say it.
But what's the point in that if you don't have one stance? Like
money.
Yeah. Oh, really? Thank you for the obvious.
Money. That's it. They don't.
No, I'm like, I would not do this gaming shit. Yeah, if I had to lie to you guys. That's not me. I see shit. I'm saying it's fucking shit. I'm not gonna say, oh my god, look at this awesome thing. Nah, it's shit. Looks like shit. Tastes like shit. It is shit.
Thanks, Devil Shooter. Appreciate it. No, but here's the problem with that, Cold Blood. You actually are a gamer. You're a hardcore gamer. And you really have an affinity for this shit. Opposed to where it's hard for me and you to understand. Well, it was hard for me at first, but I've been doing this long enough and I've seen so much crazy shit. I understand it and recognize it now. And then Snow Bunny, she's experienced it with me. Snow Bunny, I don't know if you're back in the chat or if you had to go back from lunch. There are people that are doing this and they don't give a fuck about gaming at all. They do not care. Tierra said ass crap gamer. Why? There are people that don't care about gaming at all, bro. They see money signs, they see cha-ching, and they may have some experience with gaming, but they don't care.
There is a category for this called just chatting on Twitch.
Yep.
Go there. Talk your ass off about whatever the fuck, how great your day was with your camera on. But leave this gaming shit alone, like, bro, if you have nothing to say about it, but just regurgitate what is the most popular right now, bruh. Why? There's better ways to make money then, as a streamer. Trust me. Yeah.
Well, actually, I mean, look, and I'm not saying this is right, and I'm not saying I would ever do it, and I know you wouldn't do it, but gamers on these platforms are so gullible. If I'm someone at home that just happens to know how to use Adobe Premiere, I may know a little bit about gaming, enough to talk like I know what I'm talking about. And just because I make a video making fun of somebody, or I make a video saying something that gets everybody's attention, if motherfuckers are going to be sitting there giving me all types of super chat and hitting up my ad revenue and becoming members, I mean, you're looking at that like, because people are trying to find gimmicks every day. And I think the problem then extends beyond the content creators that we're talking about, and it extends to you people listening on the other end of this. Like, stop being so fucking gullible. I hate to say, stop being so gullible. Like, we foster debate here. Most of those people, when you don't agree with them, they'll either try to make fun of you and make videos they used to get to turn their audience against you, or they'll block you. We don't do that here. I mean, we might roast
exclusively True Virgil and J Gaming.
Yeah. True Virgil and not J Gaming. Yeah. We may do that to them, but fuck them. No, I love this. we may mess around with, but we don't do that. We foster debate here. We don't, I can't remember the last time I blocked somebody here. Like, there were a couple of people that were doing shit beyond gaming and making comments that were trying to do some real salacious and crazy shit, and we had to. But you guys will never know that happened or even know who the fuck I'm talking about. Like, there's never been an incident where I've gone back and forth with somebody live on air and I'm like, oh, that motherfucker, they pushed my button, I'm gonna block them. No. If anything, I've engaged with them too long. Cold Blood's probably be sitting there at times like, dude, just shut the fuck up and move on. But we don't care about that. But that's us. You may not agree. One thing I think you can say about us is you may not agree with our takes. You may think that we're too harsh and we're too critical. You may even think that we're too potty mouthed. But we work with integrity, dude. We work with integrity.
I'm not gonna change my opinion to make you feel better.
Yeah, exactly.
That ain't happening here.
Yeah. We're not preaching to the choir. We have two assessments. Often we agree, often we don't, but we have two assessments on video games and what what should happen with video games that we feel like are important, are informative. They represent people. They may not represent. We think that some people make, like, for instance, Cold Blood is like, I don't get why you guys are upset with me. Like, I expect better, and so should you, because I feel like PlayStation is capable of better. Like, and I want to pull something up. That I saw from Sick Humor not too long ago. I want to pull this up. I'm gonna put this up here because I liked it, and I should have liked it, and I didn't. I just hold on. Let me like it. Retweet it.
Doriega, but the shit we are playing that you mean is self-imposed suffering. You make me enjoy this shit.
Sick Humor says, why is it taboo to be critical of the platform you actually like? There's no way in hell y'all walked away from the state of play saying that was some heat. I get it though, expectations for PlayStation has fallen to an all-time low. When you hungry, anything looks like food. Now, that last sentence to me, I don't feel like represents everybody. Cold Blood may feel that way, but I think the overwhelming majority of the theme that he's saying here is true. Like, just because I expect more, and I'm not worried about Xbox people going nah. I don't care about their platform. I don't even care about what PC people have to say. And Devil Shooter, nothing against PC people.
I did not even look at the tweets from these bots. Like, I don't give a shit. Like,
yeah,
I know this was tried.
Who cares what they think? Let them babble and rump. They're not moving the market at all. And Devil Shooter and GEiX, I don't want y'all to get mad at me when I say this, but I had an epiphany yesterday. I had an epiphany. Because my brother Cold Blood helped me realize that motherfucking Steam is making Nintendo money. Like between 13 billion. Hell, Xbox is at 16, 17 billion. And then when you talk about the big dog PlayStation, they at 26 plus billion, going on 27 billion annually. So like Steam isn't even bringing in as much money. And even bringing in half as much money as PlayStation from the latest figures that I've saw. So that to me makes PC, which I enjoy, that makes it not even part of this discussion, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. There's some things that PC gaming can do better than consoles or whatever, and that's fine. Like, yeah, you can get better fidelity, but not with every PC. But there's some things you can, there's so many options and there's so many array of customization you can do with PC. If you're into that shit, yeah, that's a better element than consoles. But like the Switch, PC gaming is a totally different thing, and it's not as integral to the gaming market when it comes to like these AAA games and stuff. It's not as integral as PlayStation is, or even as much as Xbox is. Like, Xbox is making more money, meaning it's more integral to the market, the financial aspect of it, than PC gaming is. So I don't sit there and look at what PC gamers have to say about this stuff. I mean, again, I'm not saying what you have to say isn't welcome, but when I look at this state of play, I didn't go and say, oh, I wonder what the PC gamers are saying. Are they saying, oh, now all the games are arriving on PC? Oh, man, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I find the PC element of gaming more interesting to talk about because I engage with it as well. But when I'm having these pillar, especially now after yesterday, when I'm having these pillar conversations, I'm not even considering PC. It's like the Switch, which I'm not denying the Switch as being a serious element within gaming. It definitely is. But we talk about here things that are impactful, the most impactful things to the market from a AAA standpoint. And those two right now are PlayStation by a wide margin, then Xbox a distant second. I don't go looking for what do the PC gamers say. I don't even look. I'm definitely not doing that if I'm not even looking for what the Xbox gamers are saying. So to Quick Humor's point, why can't you criticize what you like? It's okay. You don't have to look across the street and say, "Oh, they listening?" I don't, Me, I don't think that's healthy as a consumer. Sam Walton says, I will say this. Sony needs to hurry up and make a dedicated handheld for that Astrobot game. That thing will move software and hardware in handheld form. I don't know. What do you think about that, Cold Blood?
Did you buy the PS Vita?
I did. But I bought it for something.
I mean Sam Walton.
Oh. Yeah, Sam, did you buy the PS Vita?
Depending on your answer, I will answer differently. Okay. Yes. In your case, they should. Absolutely. And I am of the belief if they make another handheld this time, it's gonna sell, bro. It's gonna sell like crazy. Like if the damn Portal is selling very good, like they say, right? Better than their expectations. Then a real handheld with at least PS4 capabilities gonna go a long way.
Yeah.
I don't expect no PlayStation 5 games on a fucking handheld gaming console. That ain't happening for another 10 years, probably.
Technology's getting up there. I mean, it would be crazy,
Yeah, Moss, but can phones do that right now? Play PS5 games?
Natively, no.
Well, the iPhone can barely play Resident Evil 4 from what I saw.
Yeah.
But it looks like fucking dog shit. So if you're okay with compromised gaming, then yeah. Sony might do something.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
I
it's
want one.
You want one? Okay.
Yes.
Like, it's a different architecture, but I'm looking at like the Asus ROG. Like if Sony could come up with some, I mean, what do you think would be the sweet spot for a handheld? Like a 400 or 500 or something like that? Or what do you think?
That fucker ain't gonna be no better than a Switch then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would have, yeah. Like if you want something serious that could even, where you could even contemplate PS5 games, but they're just at like low settings or something like that. Yeah, that would have to be like $500-$600, I would think.
Well, you can get it right now, but it costs you about $700 for Rock Ally.
Yeah,
and you're gonna play it at the lowest settings.
Yeah, yep, that's what I'm saying. If you guys want it that bad, but so you gave your ratings and what you thought about the showcase, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It's a fucking 2 out of 10.
A 2 out of he still had a 2 out of 10.
Yes. What the fuck do you mean still? Yes. It never changed. Like, bro. I keep my foot on their fucking neck, bro, for this one.
Shit.
Like, nah.
My thoughts are I think it's a 5 out of 10. And I was leaning towards 4, but I had to think about it.
That is too generous. Too fucking generous.
In looking at it as a state of play, I now look at it and say, you know what? For a state of play, which they're trying to apparently make now, which is something that does not speak to me in cold blood at all as hardcore gamers, I still think it was underwhelming, but I can get where like people like Jenna and so forth in the chat, they enjoyed it. They liked it. I think that it was just a bad idea to not promote to not be clear in your branding, because you're launching Concord, which we're thinking is an effort. It's a Sony first party. So all Sony first party is supposed to cater to the hardcore in our minds. Well, this is different.
You know how they could have avoided some of the criticism right now with Concord?
What's that?
If they were very clear, it's a fucking 5v5 PvP game.
That is true. Yeah.
What they said is a first-person shooter.
Yep.
That's it.
And they showed you, like, I was talking to the homie Chris Steele. We gotta get Chris on the show one day. I think that'll be a fucking blast. He's a nutcase. I was talking to Chris, and Chris was like, I wouldn't have been so disappointed in this game if they made it sound like I'm gonna be on a ship exploring shit, because they showed you this. He said in handling contracts. He said that's, even though he said that's the aura that I got from the game. He said I didn't think there was gonna be a fucking 5v5 fucking hero shooter, and I think we all thought that. Like, I mean, I had an inkling that maybe it was like a games as a service thing, especially seeing it under that games as a service slot when they did the presentation. I wasn't totally shocked, but I was disappointed. I was really disappointed to see that's what this fucking game is. You know what I mean? Jenna said maybe they are saving the best for the Summer Games event. And that's possible. That's possible. I just think, Jenna, where they messed up is, like Cold Blood just said, the expectations for Concord was that this was the hardcore gamer offering, because you got to understand your demos, your demographics. That we thought that this was going to be the calling to the hardcore gamer for the end of the year. And it clearly isn't. It clearly isn't. Some more casual shit. You know what I mean? And again, not to be mean, I'm not trying to slight people that were excited for this. And I know people have been asking for it. But I'm not excited for no Astrobot. I mean, Cold Blood, are you excited for Astrobot? I mean, I could be wrong. Are you excited?
Sorry, brother, got some internet connection problems.
Oh, okay. No. All right. No, but you just let me know when you can get back on. Like, he might be okay with Astrobot, but let's just say, for instance, if Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was launching in that slot instead. That's the shit we hardcore gamers get. Like, normally, for the end of the year, this is the first time I can think about this not happening. Like normally for the end of the year, and I gotta find that slide from Porter Rock. PlayStation always for the holiday season drops some type of banger. Whether it's first party, third party, whatever, they just happen to have a first party game that we thought was catering to the hardcore. We see projects. I gotta find that slide from Porter Rock. Shout out to Porter Rock. Slide. Is it Google Slides or Google Project? Google, hold on. Google Slides. Here we go. Okay. Find this. Okay, I got it. Dismiss. Where is? Hey. This is crazy. Go into the Google Slides thing to see my. Let's try this again. It's crazy. Google Slides.
I'm back, but on my phone.
Oh, okay, no, that's cool.
So what did you ask me?
No, I was asking. Were you happy to see Astrobot? Did that excite you at all? Are you excited for Astrobot?
It depends on the price at launch. To be fair with you, I don't want to be the guy that says, "Oh, for $70 bad," but I'm not that into platformers that I would spend the $70.
Exactly. Okay. So yeah. So you're not going to dismiss the game as people.
No,
liking it,
no.
But it's not one that you're like excited for, like you would be for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, for instance, if that was launching during the holiday.
Not.
Exactly.
Hell no.
And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Is like we're not trying to dismiss the game, but we fit in a certain demographic that is very important to PlayStation. Like we buy the most games. We're hardcore gamers, and hardcore gamers, we are conditioned to be waiting for that exclusive content, that hardcore exclusive content during the end of the year. We're conditioned that way. And this is the first time that I can remember that PlayStation isn't doing this. What is? Okay, there we go.
Dorega, you missed the point. What you shouting at us? Yeah, in the summer comes the showcase. You're missing the point right now. This state of play was unnecessary. It was so fucking bad. It just did more damage than it did good. You understand that? Or do I have to explain it to you in another way so you stop screaming at us? Summer showcase, summer showcase.
Pulling it up. Google, you do some goofy shit, man. I can't.
What was the last state of play that had I think Wolverine and Spider-Man?
Oh gosh, I can't remember. Was that 2021? I think that was 2021.
Was it?
I think it was
you
2021.
Sure about that?
I'm not sure at all. I think it is.
Well,
all right.
At least that one, yeah. It might have had a lot of fucking dirt, but Wolverine and Spider-Man saved the fucking day. Like seriously saved the day. Why is there no game at this state of play that was at least somewhere in that realm? Like they made Concord more important than it fucking is.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, hold on. What the problem is, Doriega, I think let me explain it this way. Let me try it this way, because I think you guys are. I get what you guys are both saying. I think you guys are talking past each other. Doriega is saying that this was a show that was meant for casuals and that it hit its mark with casuals. And I'm not going to deny that. But what Cold Blood is saying is that you did not advertise this. It wasn't, you didn't make it clear enough that this was just some casual bullshit showcase. Like, you're showing us Concord. You're talking about first party titles. That is verbiage that's a dog whistle to the hardcore. So, like, for instance, if Doriega, me and Cold Blood open a restaurant and we're like, yo, we got the tastiest steaks and the tastiest, I know I'm always using food analogies, the tastiest poultry, and you come to the restaurant and it's tofu, it's fake vegan meat. You're like, what the fuck is this? We're like, well, it's vegan. What's your problem? You gonna look at me like and say, but hold on, you didn't advertise it like that. Like, you brought me and Meat Eater here, pause, to you advertised for me. It ain't none of this shit for me. And there's nothing wrong with vegan food. There's people that can't even eat meat. What, you know what I'm saying? They got to be vegan for health reasons. But you should have made it very clear what it was that you were selling. You were selling a showcase to appetize casual gamers, and you fucked up in having something on that menu that looked like it was a dish for hardcore gamers, which was Concord. You fucked up and you said, check it out. We got first party stuff. First party within itself is verbiage for who? Hardcore gamers. A casual gamer doesn't know what the fuck a first party is. So if you're going to put that in your statement, you're trying to appeal to us when this showcase was not for us. It didn't appeal to us whatsoever. And if you were actually trying to appeal to us, you failed miserably. So I get what you're saying, Doriega. Well, there's another. I actually got. Well, you know, that would be if me and Cold Blood said, well, we got another restaurant opening up in 3 weeks, and it is going to have meat. That doesn't matter. You brought me here. You got me up, got me out of what I was doing, got me all percolating, then got me here for this bullshit. And we may be sitting there saying, but this isn't bullshit. These are bean sprouts and tofu, the best tofu on the side of the Himalayas. You're like, I don't give a, I mean, like, I'm saying for me, it's bullshit. That's what I think is not being understood from your perspective, Doriega, is that we get who the showcase was for, but it was advertised in a way that lured in the wrong people, and that's Sony's fault. We can't make an excuse for Sony like that. Concord was advertised in the most fucking wrong way. If they would have advertised it, like if they would have just came out and did an Overwatch style presentation from the beginning, like they could have done that cinematic from the very fucking beginning and just had somebody jumping around shooting and and learn more about Concord, our 5v5. They could have done it, and then we would have been, a long time ago, we'd have been like, okay, well, that game isn't for us. But they left it this big mystery. They had to ship, and like Cold Blood said, they said they labeled it a shooter. Where other people like Chris Steele, who's another hardcore gamer, he thought it was going to be like some open exploration game. They left it so vague. That's Sony's fault. So that's the dilemma. That's why this showcase deserves, I think, what it's getting from people like us, because they should have never used those words or advertised to us. And there's no guarantee. And then here's another thing, Doriega, and not your mother and me first. Everyone's saying, well, there's a show coming. Sony didn't say that. What happens if there isn't a show coming? What happens if they just do another state of play? It's only for the PlayStation 5 Pro. And the only thing that they tell us at that meeting, Cold Blood and Doryegan and everybody listening, you're going to get Astrobot and God of War enhanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's being said. We're all just guessing. We can only go by what we know.
Yeah, but look, they're saying 2021 was a showcase. Bro, that is just a slightly extended state of play, bro. 40 minutes. It's just slightly extended from what we got shown yesterday. What are we talking about? A showcase is 2 hours long, not 40 minutes, brother.
Or at least an hour.
Are we even talking about the same shit? Yeah, okay, at least an hour, yeah.
At least an hour.
But 40 minutes, that's a state of play, bro. Nothing else. They're just gonna call it something more fancy, like a showcase.
Yeah. Like, did we look? Can I show you guys something? You guys are looking at the screen. This is what I was saying, and this is where I think, even though I may not be as critical as Cold Blood, I think you guys can probably better understand where he's coming from, where the conditioning, the changing of the brand, like as far as the marketing is concerned, them not saying anything about it, the same exact shit that we get on Xbox about, we become hypocrites if we ignore it when PlayStation is doing it, even if they're not doing it at the same level. Like, look at this. All except for 2015. And I got to look and see what we released 2015, because in 2015, there could have been third-party exclusives that released in 2015. But you see how we're conditioned that there's some type of hardcore title coming out the holiday season? It's been like that forever. I just have the flyer that I have up right now is just starting at 2013. But look at this. We've always been conditioned. And in 2018, we had Spider-Man. Days Gone. We had what's that? The Kojima game in 2019. And then we had 2020. And so on and so. We've always been conditioned, y'all, to have a hardcore game during the holiday season. So if you're changing that trajectory and you're leading us to believe, like, see, here's the thing. In Cold Blood, interrupt me and shut me the fuck up whenever I'm overstating something.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, folks, that's the end of the show. I gotta shut the fuck. And if we don't get like 5 likes for that, I ain't continuing with the show now. Like, look, here's my thing. In Cold Blood, you tell me if it's different. As dog shit as that was for gamers like me and you, I would have walked away like, I would have been like, it's okay, because the only thing I was really checking for, I was checking for more, but the floor for me was Concord being good, right? Like, at the very least, Concord had to appeal to me. Did you feel that same way, Cold Blood, or were your expectations a little bit higher?
You know, my expectations were at the fucking bottom already, and they even outdid themselves by fucking me up even more than I was expecting. This shit, like, seriously, this was an insult, insult to me. I'm not saying to everybody, but to me personally, that God of War PC announcement was the fucking icing on the cake already. And the fucking show was still 30 minutes long after Concord. Bruh. Bruh.
That was a mistake. Just make that a separate. Yeah, that.
Wait, why should I change my Hellblade review? I said it's just barely above average. Why should I change that shit? This one game, the score has nothing to do with a lot of fucking games that I have to rate. And I'm saying at all that what they shown at me, They get 2 points just barely for Monster Hunter. What are you talking about? Why should I change my review score?
I think for us, for a lot of us hardcore gamers, I think we would have walked away from this and was like, it was all right. If at least Concord would look promising. That was the floor.
Well, Moss, you know, we can arrange a review session when the beta is coming on.
Yeah, we can, but everybody will have, you know, access to it. And yeah, I'm not gonna force myself to like something. Like I was telling Cold Blood before we went live. Me looking at Concord and looking at Overwatch, because I've played Overwatch. It didn't do anything for me. Like my cousin was trying to get me into it. He's a casual gamer. I played it and I was like, no, this ain't it. Like, and people were in love with it when it first launched. But didn't do anything for me. I look at this gameplay that they showed for Concord, and it's more appealing to me than Overwatch is. But that's not saying a lot. Like I would try it, but I would seriously doubt that I would be like, oh yeah, this is the shit. No, I don't know. We could find out. You know what I'm saying? Like at the very least, when it came to Helldivers, like I saw Helldivers. Me and Cold Blood saw Helldivers.
David's 2 cents. Who wants Hellman gone right now? Who you talking about?
He says, this is so messed up. You guys do know he's just hasn't even have the job tomorrow, and one of you already want him.
Is he talking about me right now? Because if so,
yeah,
you're absolutely misunderstood then. Like I clearly said, I give him a fucking year to prove himself. After that, yeah, I'm calling for his head. Absolutely. But not immediately.
Mm-hmm. And that could have been me. He probably heard me misinterpret or misspeaking on your you know. I'll own that. It could have been me that said that, David 2 cents. But with that,
he's trying to make it over dramatically. Like I hate Herman so much that I don't even want him to start a CEO. Nah, that ain't true. That's his bullshit. That's his bullshit.
Oh, today, hey Dave, is you Herman's intern, man? Did Herm send you here, man? Look, man. Let's bring this back in. Let's bring this back.
Yeah, Jenna, we're gonna pre-order it, and if we hate it, we're absolutely gonna refund it. Shit.
I don't even think it should be for sale.
Exactly what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? You want money from us for the beta? That is crazy.
I don't think it should be for sale. Like for me, I think it's. I said this. Okay, I get that it's inspired, quote unquote, on paper. It's inspired by space themes. That's bullshit. This is a fucking Overwatch knockoff, and this is Sony's. Can I? I'm just. It's going to take me real quick to say this. ABK deal was announced January 18th, I think it was, 2022. Sony acquires Firewalk Studios April of 2023. This is a reaction to the ABK deal and post the emails that Jim Ryan was sent, where Phil was seeming like he was 10 toes down and was going to fuck him over on all the ABK games, including Overwatch. And if you go and look at the top games on PlayStation, Overwatch is like top 10, I think it is, right? So that would be a big hit to them, along with Call of Duty, if that shit went exclusive. I think Firewalk is making this game, and it has Overwatch elements to it. And they're pitching it to Sony, and Sony's like, oh my fucking God, like this miracle has dropped in our lap. And Jim Ryan jumps all over it, and he convinces the board to let them buy this fucking company because they need them, because look at these emails from Phil Spencer. They're about to lose Overwatch. And now, thanks to Google, that none of that's happened, they're fucking stuck with this game. As Cold Blood said, I don't know if you said this live on, they don't even look excited for the game. Yeah, I mean, we made this game, and in the game, yeah, we made it, yeah, and it's gonna launch, yeah. There's shooters and there's stuff that's happening in it, yeah. There's no enthusiasm. Motherfuckers ain't smiling and shit. Like, script some smiles into it or something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we did it. Yeah, it's coming. That's what happened, y'all. Out of fear of losing APK content, including Overwatch, they signed on for this Overwatch knockoff, and now they don't need it. But here's the dilemma that they're in. That's why I tell y'all to pay attention to the business side. They borrowed a shit ton of money from investors so they can invest in games as a service, and they've already killed half of them. They can't kill anymore, so they're stuck with this game. Fine. Not my problem, not Cold Blood's problem. You know the way that you introduced this game. We were checking for it. And yeah, we get it. You want to use our excitement and our word of mouth to help promote it. So why not make it seem like it could be appealing to us, get us to at least try it, and if we try it, we could be the biggest megaphones out there. You can't do that now because 2024 looks like it's gonna be dry for the remainder of the year for the stuff that we want. Now you just gotta bite the bullet and be upfront and honest. Because look, if it was an Overwatch knockoff, and if we did lose Overwatch on PlayStation, I think PlayStation hardcore gamers might have been a little bit more willing to, okay, all right, well, we get it. They would have been a little bit more accepting. But the moment that you knew that you weren't losing Overwatch, that was for you to come clean and be like, okay, all right, here's what this is. You should have done that a long time ago. And to get to my original point, this needs to be free because it's an Overwatch knockoff and Overwatch is free, right? Overwatch 2 is free. Yep. How is this game going to survive? How? You're not pulling people from Overwatch. That's who that demo is for. The demo is for Overwatch people. They're not buying this game if Overwatch 2 is free. That makes no sense. It's dead in the water. It's a waste of a fucking IP. And therefore, to Cold Blood's point, that was a waste of a state of a play to us because the thing that was the ceiling, the floor, which was Concord, that was a bust. That's why he's upset. And to get to Jim Ryan or Herman Holst, David, it's not that I don't want him going at all. Like I said, I'm on the record of saying that I don't think a lot of these things are his fault. I think he was there in the room for a lot of this decision making, but I don't think it was his decision. I'm a little bit different on him. I don't think he's done anything extremely fantastic, but I don't think he's done anything extremely reprehensible. That's my take on it. But as far as criticizing him, we'll do it. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Cold Blood. What are you saying?
Please tell Chris Coleman the difference between Helldivers 2 and this dog shit.
He said PlayStation was never about only first party, and Xbox.
No. The newest.
He said, I heard the same thing about Helldivers 2. People complaining. No, see, yeah, Chris, and I get your point, but it's making parallels to things that there shouldn't be parallels to. As I was saying, Cold Blood and I, before Helldivers 2 became the phenomenon that it was, this is why you guys got to follow the content. Cold Blood and I were getting Helldivers 2. We were excited to play it. Now, did we know it was going to be the phenomenon that it was? No, but we were like, okay, that's cool. We were just on the heels of beating Remnant 2, right? And we were like, well, what's next on the list? Oh, this Helldivers 2 looks cool. So it's always looked appealing to me. It looked appealing to Cold Blood as a co-op game. We always looked at this game as something that was within our repertoire. even from the looks of it. We just didn't know it was going to be as good as it was. And when we played it, we were like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Looking at Concord, not at all. And we know what it is, bro. It's an Overwatch knockoff. It looks, for me personally, Cold Blood, I believe feels different, but for me particularly, I think the gameplay looks more fun because it's a lot more slow paced, and I like that a little bit more slow pace in those type of games. It looks more fun to me than Overwatch, but that's not saying a lot for me because that's how much I'm not interested in Overwatch. So if Overwatch is not interesting to me, but it's free, this thing is vaguely a little bit more interesting than something than Overwatch, but I gotta pay for it. That doesn't work for me at all.
I just want to see them putting out a 5v5 PvP only game that is $70. I want to see them do that so bad at this point, just to prove a point that this shit ain't gonna go well for PlayStation.
Well, I think you're gonna get your point proven, and I feel bad for those guys at Firewalk Studios. You guys got caught in the middle of some overreacting. I'm sorry. Maybe
I'm
you
telling
guys.
you also, the Helldivers 2 success is gonna be now a fucking comparison to everything else.
That's yeah.
And if you're not even close to performing at that level, your shit is gonna get axed very fast.
Yeah, forget about it. Yeah, yeah. So actually, Chris, be careful in using that comparison because it's going to make or break these future games. Like now, everybody's going to be expected to perform because the standard has been set. So
and
yeah,
actually,
y'all. Go ahead.
GEiX just reminded me. We had 2 Overwatch clones in one fucking state of play.
Yeah, we got 2 hero shooters.
Bro, where is the innovation, bro? What the fuck is this? It's the same shit again and again and again.
And isn't Marvel Rivals free?
I think so.
I think Marvel. Yeah, this is dead. Concord's dead. If Marvel Rivals is free, Overwatch is free, and Marvel Rivals at least has a different altogether look than Overwatch. Both of those mofos are free, but the Overwatch knockoff is paid for. And you know who's going to be the people that pay, if the standard for hero shooters is for them to be free. Go ahead.
Whoa. Chris Coleman, you think Bungie made Concord? I think you lost the plot somewhere, brother.
Yeah.
But because Bungie ain't making that shit.
Yeah.
So if you wanted, the gunplay looks very similar to Destiny. I give you that. But it's not Bungie, brother.
Yeah, it's people that worked on Destiny, but it's not Bungie. No, I know who the devs are.
Okay, the devs. Okay, I take it back then, but you gotta be more specific. Be more specific next time, okay?
I know who the devs are, but yeah, it's still not Bungie. It's not the entirety of the dev team. I get that there were some developers there, but it's not Bungie. They don't have. You got to understand too. There are certain engines, and certain like the engine that Bungie's using for Destiny. They say that that's at the helm of their success for the feel of the game. So you can try to emulate a lot of that, but if you don't have that specific technology, Chris, you're SOL. So we can't overstate Oh yeah, this developer was there because just because the developers move, they don't bring that technology with them, bro. They bring, maybe some coding tricks or whatever, but they don't bring that engine with them. I forgot the name of that Bungie engine. So, yeah, bruh. Shout out. What do we get? We got someone to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, y'all are getting overzealous with this. And again, I feel for Firewalk Studios. Tiger Engine. Thank you, Doriega. Doriega, I should have known. That's your dog shit. Tiger piss ass game. No. Thank you, Doriega, for letting us know. Yeah, it's the Tiger Engine. Those developers didn't walk out with the Tiger Engine. And that's at the heart, right? Doriega, tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm lying, I'm flying. The Destiny developers should trust me because I know, because I almost jokingly, I almost lost my kids because of Destiny.
Poll.
Okay.
Let's make a poll and just bury fucking Concord forever.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's time to move on.
Make it. Did you want fucking Concord? Yes or no? Literally, that's the fucking question. If I see even 25% of you say yes, I'm gonna be like, okay, I guess there's gonna be some player base.
Or should I say, did you want Concord? Concord, or should I say, are you excited for Concord?
No, it's more like, did you want a fucking hero shooter like Concord?
Okay.
Is that what you fucking wanted? Because I sure did not want a fucking hero shooter. I just wanted a single player shooter with maybe some multiplayer. Like Call of Duty maybe. Just make this poll, and I just want to see if we got so many people that are gonna rock with this bullshit.
He says they don't bring their tech, but they bring their skills. PlayStation, yeah, Chris, but that's the problem. If that again, I know they bring their skills, and that's what I said. I said I get that they bring the skills. I get that they bring coding tricks, and that's cute and all. But if you take away that engine from Bungie right now, Destiny plummets the worse than what it has been. Like, it's still up there, but Destiny collapses. You take away that engine and give them some other type of shooter engine, and it collapses. That engine, Doriega, tell them, because you play this game all the time. They on a new one. They're working on a new one now. They are working on a new one. They're trying to build a new one, and hopefully, and the fear is that with this new one loses some of that pizzazz. That's how important that technology is. But Doriega, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Did not the developers of Destiny, Bungie, say the heart of the feel and the snap in the game play, the gunplay, is because of the Tiger engine? So they're basically saying, you take this away from the game doesn't see the glory that it does. So not to take away from the development talents that they have, but before we start making these comparisons to Destiny, we got to understand what makes Destiny Destiny. Don't get me wrong. Part of that is the development talent, but we're always leaving out the technology. The technology is more integral, to Destiny's appeal, and the developers have said so. Thank you, Doriega. I appreciate it. No. Yeah, they're working on something completely different. Yeah. He says, sick of GTA Online, Fortnite, Destiny, and other games as a service. Gaming is full games as a service and needs to release an old farts. Won't be a game like Destiny they've tried and died. So 75% are saying no. Yeah, at that poll, we only got 4 votes. There's 16 of you watching. When you vote, you vote anonymously. I don't get just let us know if you were you wanting. Did you want a hero shooter like Concord? Like were you looking? Maybe do I need to better explain? Were you looking for a hero shooter like Concord, or you now that, or if you see it now, are you excited for it? Like yes or no? Come on, y'all. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jenna says, I will give my thoughts on Concord after playing it. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do too.
Yeah, we'll be.
I'm just saying, I don't want a fucking hero shooter right now. Absolutely not. And this look fucking whack.
It just looks whack. Yeah, I was not impressed at all. And I'm sorry. I am not. And look, y'all, I think some of it. I just had this call, and GEiX remembers when I had this. So GEiX is probably sitting there tapping his chin like, all right, Mosh, you was on me for this. Now it's time for you to get on them. So I got to be fair. I think this is now a time for meditation and reflection. What am I talking about? I had a whole conversation about those that were kind of perturbed at me and Cold Blood for our takes on Hellblade 2. I now got to repurpose that message for you guys that in regards to the state of play. I think some of you are looking at us like, oh, you guys are just negative Nancy's or whatever, and you just want to be critical of stuff or whatever, just for you want to be contrarian. No, I think in response, a lot of you are hypersensitive to the pile-on of criticisms of PlayStation because y'all take that as in this rhetoric that PlayStation is doomed, PlayStation is going out of business, PlayStation is in trouble, PlayStation is a failure. Now, I'm not going to speak for Cold Blood. This creates warning flags, but I don't believe that PlayStation is in trouble. I just think they made some bad decisions in regards to how they've handled 2024. They've had other years that weren't so great, and they've admitted to it. They said, oh, look, yeah, we did bad this year during the PlayStation 4 generation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're not perfect. That being said, we don't care what other people are saying, so we will speak our minds despite any pile on. And I think instead of you guys thinking that we're not being fair, you guys are sitting there saying some things, and you're more than welcome to say it, but I'm noticing the pattern. You guys are saying certain things that I don't see you say for other games. I don't see you say for Xbox games. I don't see you say for multi-plat games. You guys are asking us to make considerations that you never ask us to make for Xbox games. You guys are asking us to make considerations that you never ask us to make for multi-plat games. You now want us to make all these considerations for a game just because it's a PlayStation first party, and it doesn't work like that. And I think it's time for some reflection and meditation on why am I doing that? Like, for first and foremost, you got to recognize that you're doing that. Once you recognize that you're doing that, then maybe take some time to reflect and say, well, why am I doing that? And then I think a lot of you will realize that you are simply being triggered because of negative connotations about PlayStation, which are not proven, they're not founded, but you're letting that affect how you then react to this stuff. And you guys are now like looking at us like, sideways, like we got 3 heads and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are, no, I mean, look, normally when we look at a game and it doesn't look good, we don't sit there and say, oh, well, that game looked dog shit to me, but I'm going to spend my money on it and give it a try. I might be pleasantly surprised. Nobody says that. You guys don't say that when y'all see dog shit from Xbox. Y'all don't say that when y'all see dog shit. You look at a game and you say, you know what that game is. You either say that game looks crappy. Oh, I don't know. Or I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait until I can find a way to try it or something like that. Hopefully a demo comes. Like you become real skeptical. You pull back. Nobody says, oh, that game looked dog shit or that doesn't look like my genre, but I can't wait to try it. Nobody does that. You only do that for games that look good to you and get you excited. So if we're sitting there looking at this game and we're like, this game ain't hitting for us and it ain't hitting for a demo, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we are going to try it. We're going to give it a shot. But we're just doing typically what we do with all games, what you guys do for all games. But you guys want to hold a different standard because it's PlayStation. I just don't, I mean, me personally, again, I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't think that's a healthy way of consumerism. I don't care what the bots are saying. The bots have had the worst leader in the last 10 years, and he told them that Crackdown 3 was the game they deserved. Period. End of story. I could care less, and they've been defending that guy for 10 years. I could care less what their opinions are. I'm looking at this at face value on its own merits, and when I look at this game, when Cold Blood looks at this game, we're like, nah, this ain't it. Don't forget to keep voting, y'all. 8 votes, and 62% of you said no. All right, last question, then we got to move on. Cold Blood, does this make you more excited for the Xbox Showcase?
What the fuck? Why would this make me excited for the Xbox Showcase, bro?
I mean, Gears 6 and all that other shit that's coming from, I mean, does it, you know? Well, I'll put it like this. Let me say this real quick.
Yeah, you got that out of your ass now, or you know something?
No, I'm saying I'm not excited for the showcase. There's nothing that Xbox shows me or I feel like can show me that will get me excited. There might be a surprise here and there. I will say this though, because I'm concerned about what my end of the year game is going to be outside of Wulong. I'm now more excited for to see Stalker 2. So that might Stalker 2 might actually be the game, the new game for me that you know is my holiday game. Well, yeah, I like Wulong. You don't like Wulong? I like Wulong. I like that shit.
You can play it right now on Game Pass if you wanted to.
Oh no! What's the name? What's that game? The Chinese game that's coming out. Why I keep?
You mean the Black Myth Wukong?
Yeah, Wukong. Yeah, Black Myth Wukong. Yeah.
I thought you don't like Souls-like.
I told you, man. Okay, I had a change of heart, man. I had a fucking change of heart. It ain't, and it's no thanks to you. Okay, I'm done giving you flowers, man. I'm not saying anything nice about you. I'm done. No, but I'm gonna be honest with you.
It goes both ways.
I was looking at Wukong way back then, and I was like, damn, this is a Souls-like, but it looks so fucking awesome. I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. So even before my conversion over to being more accepting to those, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try Wukong. That being said, yeah, that's number. I mean, I'm gonna say that's one of them, but I'm always looking at multiple games, and it looks like the second game for me is gonna be Stalker. Gotta give your thoughts. Let me text my daughter and just make sure that she's get me later.
Well, what thoughts do I have about the Xbox Showcase? Just show one game that is AAA and looks fucking good, and you won already.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, she said I had to call her when I took that break.
If they show Gear 6 and this shit looks fucking amazing, well, Xbox One. ain't no debating that.
We got Hood Rich
Because
902.
it's not gonna be hard for Xbox to beat a fucking 2 out of 10 showcase. For me, at least.
And yeah, and it is a showcase. So yeah, I think the showcase itself, I mean, yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's going to look better, and I can judge objectively, even though subjectively I may look at the games and be like, none of this shit appeals to me. Like all they got to do is show more Indiana Jones, show more Avowed, and show Hellblade's already done with, and show more and show a Gear 6, and they won. They've definitely won, even if I don't give a fuck about any of those games, which I don't. What I can tell you though is something that will really excite me and do something for me that has not happened in years, is they will have an exclusive game for the holiday season that I'm going to desire more than the Sony exclusive game. That has not happened for years. It's not been like that for years. So that's amazing. You know what I mean? And it depends on how Stalker 2 shows. I want to see some more Stalker 2. And that might actually be my game. Now we got the homie Hood Rich. Shout out to you, Hood Rich. How is PlayStation in trouble if they made money over? Yeah, we're not saying they're in trouble. Nobody's saying that. We're saying that there's red flags, bro. There's red flags potentially about how they're going to move forward.
What he mixes up here is the PlayStation business.
Yeah.
PlayStation portfolio that is coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
PlayStation business is doing fucking great.
Yeah.
No doubt
awesome.
about it.
Yep.
The portfolio for this year?
Mm-hmm. Oof. Yeah.
You got your best games out already. So now you only have the fucking scraps.
And it's not even June yet. Yeah. It's not even June yet. And all that's the problem. That's the problem. From a consumer standpoint, that sucks monkey balls. Sorry, I don't know how else to put it.
I hope this Phantom Blade Zero is showing up.
Yeah, I hope so too. That could be the game. Again, they were talking about, and I know that triggers you, that makes you upset, Cold Blood, but they're talking about there's games that are going to be showcased with the PlayStation 5 Pro. I mean, I'm not too upset about that. I
am not upset about the fucking Pro being real or that they want to showcase it. But what I'm upset about is they're holding back announcements for this show.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm upset about.
Yeah, that in particular doesn't bother me. I just don't like the fact that for this state of play, I think that's a totally different thing from the state of play. In my opinion, the state of play was misleading for us. And all they had to do, and it was bad because all they had to do was show a good Concord. But Concord wasn't for us. And I don't want to get too much in that rabbit hole, but that's pretty much the perspective I think a lot of us have when it comes to why we dog that show. Every game was... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, I only don't understand one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is why is it so bad to criticize?
That's what sick humor's again. Yeah, I think that too many PlayStation enthusiasts.
Do you owe these developers anything? I don't owe them shit. They are the ones that owe me fucking content to play. And if I don't like that shit, I'm gonna call it out.
I don't know what to say against that. There's nothing to say against that. Like, bro, that's what I opened up the show with. I don't look at this as in, I don't want to give ammunition to the bots. Fuck them. Like, bro, They are not moving.
Since when this became a fucking conversation about bots? Did I mention them even once?
No,
I don't give a fuck what they're thinking at all.
Yeah. I think that's the problem. I think that's why criticism has become a dirty thing to do, is because it makes no sense to be against the criticism, opposed to say, well, you know what, I don't feel that way. And that's fine to say that. But I think where criticism is being so attacked is because they're thinking and they could be doing this subconsciously. I don't want the bots. Don't give the bots ammunition. That's the only sensible thing to me. Our criticism is not going to hurt PlayStation. If anything, it's going to hold them accountable. And if they are attentive to our criticisms, then they'll actually do better. We're not sitting there telling them to sell games for $5.45. We're not telling them to do that. We're not telling them to do something that's going to hurt them. All the things that we're pointing out would actually make the platform better and pretty much make everybody happy. I don't see what's wrong with saying Concord should have been not advertised the way that it was. And if you are going to advertise it that way because now you're stuck with the game or whatever the case may be transparent before the show, because that's what we were looking for. That was our saving grace. If all else fails, if all this other shit that's being shown is dog shit, which is atypical of a state of play, these motherfuckers are going to close out with Concord, and Concord at the very least, because it's Sony and they know better, Concord at the very least will look appealing. And that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So, yeah, I just, that's what I think that they're thinking on the back of their minds, is that they're thinking, oh yeah, these guys are, now they're falling for the rhetoric of the bots. No, we're not.
Woodbridge says, is Concord bad though? Why are they assuming it's all about just Concord being bad and not about the fucking content of the game? What we are very concerned about? Like a 5v5 game, yeah? That they're probably gonna ask you to pay money for. On top of that, every single fucking skin in this game is gonna cost you extra money. You're gonna get your content drip feeded to you. Like they said, they're gonna have cutscenes every week for their characters in this game. Like, this all sounds so fucking boring to me. Like, we went through this so many times now with live service games. Is it bad? I don't know. The gameplay could be actually good, but everything surrounding the game just sounds fucking shit. It's not exciting at all.
Exactly. The ceiling of because of the style game that it is, its appeal.
And this being your only game for the holiday season? Bro. Like I said, third party is gonna carry Sony the second half of this year very hard. I mean, they literally did it the first half, actually, if we're being honest. Who was first party that released something from Sony? Nobody.
And to be honest, me particularly, I don't mind if the third party exclusives win the day this year, throughout the year. I would like for them to, now they've said in that meeting that starting next year, that all their games, like at least there's going to be at least one tentpole title every year, at least one. So that's positive news. So we won't run into this shit again. And that doesn't mean that there's only going to be one first party. There could be a tentpole title. There could be something else on the realm of an Astrobot. There could be another, the fair games could be out, but at least I know I'm going to get like that top of the line PlayStation game, at least one every year. And that's fine. I don't mind if the third-party games carry the rest of the year based upon that commitment. But the third-party games have to be tantalizing. I don't see anything third-party that's tantalizing like we got at the beginning of the year. Like, yeah, if they bring something else on the caliber of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Grand Blue Fantasy, fucking Stellar Blade, then yeah, okay, we'll shut up. But we see nothing like that. That's the problem. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, Hood Rich. I don't think what you guys are understanding is when you ask, is Concord bad though? Concord is a hero shooter. Hero shooters typically, particularly the biggest ones out there, number one, Overwatch, and then now this Marvel Rivals is getting steam. They're free to play. So even if they are good or not good, it's not a risk for us to try it out and figure it out. We gotta pay for this shit, and it's a hero shooter, which really, you know what I mean, that already lowers the ceiling of expectations because, like Cold Blood said, we know what to expect. We know what to. I mean, it could be a great hero shooter, but because it fits into a certain genre that we're really not it doesn't really appeal to us. Why would we get excited? Well, Sony could make a whole bunch of money. What does that do for me?
Is it weird that I think about Bleeding Edge also? What?
Say that again.
Said, is it bad that I think about Bleeding Edge when I see Concord?
Oh damn! Oh shit! Yeah, that is kind of bad. I just think there's too many elements.
Like some characters in there, bro, they fucking remind me of this. And Rogue Company, but Rogue Company is actually okay shooter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think again, Concord didn't look horrible to me, but it's something that didn't excite me, and I want something exciting for the end of the year. And I'm not saying it didn't excite me because, like like Cold Blood was alluding to, because we played the game. No, it didn't look exciting because the genre just isn't that exciting of a genre. It would be like if you didn't like American football or American football games, but Sony then, for their holiday game, dropped a Madden clone and shit. Like, just imagine. If you don't like, even if you do like Madden or you like American football games, everybody has a friend that doesn't. They don't like sports games. So imagine their dismay when they find out that that big holiday game is going to be a sports game, a genre that they don't fucking like. Now, for others that like sports games, that might be fine. But now you're left out. No. Yeah, well, yeah. I agree with that. It says it looked like a Guardians of the Galaxy game that went left. And then you can tell by the opening cinematic what they were going for. They're trying to appeal to the Overwatch crowd, but they're going to make you pay money. Mm-hmm.
These characters have no charm. The soundtrack is nowhere close to Overwatch's soundtrack. Like, Overwatch made you feel something when you watch these cinematics. This shit made me feel nothing but this.
Disappointing for Sony's game because it's Sony Pictures.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna criticize it with the standard of a fucking first party game, because they are.
I mean, you have Sony Pictures. I mean, if anybody that should be making a badass cinematic, it should be you. You have Sony Pictures in your back pocket. Like, what the fuck happened?
It felt like some fucking Marvel writing from a fucking kid. Literally. They all talk like they're fucking clowns.
I like this comment right here. It says, I'm sorry, but we should be asking, is Concord going to be good? Not, is it bad? I totally agree.
But that was my point, actually, when he asked me. Bad.
He says, I don't like Spider-Man, so if you don't like a game, you just don't like it, no matter how good it is. You can't please everyone, though. I get that, but Spider-Man speaks to, and I was one that didn't like Spider-Man, so I kind of can relate, Hood Rich. I didn't like the 2 previous Spider-Man games. I love Marvel Spider-Man 2. Think it's fucking awesome. Think that it sold 11 million, which is fantastic. I think it should have sold fucking 50 million. Like, it's one of the best games that we've seen in years, period. Like, it's up there. It's too fucking good. Like, it's like hard to compromise how good, to conceive how good that game is. That being said, not liking Spider-Man, right? That's more of a niche appeal or niche approach to not liking a specific genre. Like, Spider-Man is within an action genre, an action open world genre, and I didn't like the previous Spider-Man because I felt like that the action within them wasn't appealing. It didn't mean that I couldn't like a Spider-Man. I just didn't like how it was put together, because I am a fan of action open world third person games, right? That's why I didn't like Spider-Man. I didn't like Spider-Man not because, I just don't like Spider-Man the character, or I don't like action games. I could like Spider-Man. I just didn't like how it was being packaged together until Spider-Man 2. That's different from not really caring for a 5v5 hero shooter genre. Like, to being turned off from that particular genre. And with that genre being so different from what your core that is looking for your AAA games at the end of during the holiday season, that's such a different term. And y'all can get mad at me. It has nothing to do with me. Can I show you guys something? That's why I tell you all the time, we got to understand when we are just in a box opposed to everyone else. Let me see if I can
show them the like to dislike ratio.
Exactly. Yeah, great minds
Concord
think alike. Great minds think alike.
Why am I not attacking Astrobot? Because I know a lot of people wanted that shit. Why am I attacking Concord? Because I know most people did not want that shit. Yeah.
It says right here, Astrobot trailer gets 99% likes on YouTube. Concord gets 18%. Let's look at it. The Astrobot trailer has been universally praised, receiving 99% likes on YouTube. At the time of this writing, 23,405 likes versus only 245 fucking dislikes. Then you got the Concord gameplay trailer, which has received an overwhelmingly negative response with only 18% likes on YouTube at the time of this writing. 2,735 likes versus 12,000 dislikes. Concord cinematic trailer fared slightly better with very much negative with 23% likes. So again, the hardcore was led to believe, look, this is your game. Let me go back to this so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. This is your game, because every year, just about, we release a game for you guys that is for the hardcore. So we were led to believe that Concord was our game. When we saw Concord, we were like, hold on, a 5v5. I'm telling you, that's what everybody gasped. And if you were watching Twitter at that time and you were paying attention to the live reactions, that's what people were saying. Even diehard PlayStation, a 5v5 hero shooter. Who the fuck asked for a hero shooter? Why we get another hero shooter? Did they show a hero shooter earlier? You saw the negative reaction because that negative reaction was coming from the hardcore PlayStation brand who was waiting for what was our game. Now, Astrobot in return, a lot of people asked for that. Was it the hardcore that was asking for that? Maybe not. But it's okay. It served a certain demographic, and we understood that's not being our game. Concord was supposed to be our game, and it's not. And it has no replacement. There's nothing for us for the holiday season. Concord was packaged as that game that was for us for the holiday season. It doesn't hit the mark, and there's nothing to replace it. That's why we're talking about Concord and we're not talking about Astrobot. We know Astrobot is known that it's not necessarily for that hardcore crowd. You may have hardcore gamers that are excited for it, but it's not for the hardcore crowd. We knew that. All right, we got a couple more minutes. Let's move on. Let's talk about that SIE meeting real quick. Cold Blood, were you impressed with the overall meeting from SIE in regards to what they were sharing there?
Impressed is a big word for this. more like you just confirm what I was thinking you're gonna confirm. Live service day one, everything else, fuck you. Wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is good for now, but messaging could change any second. Don't believe Herman's lies.
But he giving Herman that work, man. He's giving Herman that work.
Yes, he has to work. He definitely has to work, bro. If he has nothing for 2024, bro, you better have cooked something up for next year. Imagine we only get GTA 6 and nothing else next year.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna assume that everyone is just gonna like GTA 6 and buy it and not give a shit about first party at all. Nah, he better start working on the next Ghost of Tsushima and stuff.
Well, yeah, GTA. You can lean on GTA 6, and that year.
Yes, of course.
But that's
of
it.
Course, but
that's it.
Lean on it, but not fucking depend on it for next year. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't.
2 years in a row without a real AAA exclusive from Sony, bro.
They're saying, I believe them when they say they're going to have one next year. I believe them. But that's something you
sure
can't.
Hope so.
You can't. You don't tell the investors that it not be there. I believe in that.
Cancellations can happen for whatever reason, right?
Yeah, they can. They can.
Or what's it called? Delays.
Delays, yeah, they can. But I think they know that'll put them in a very, very bad spot.
They will never hear the end of it. For you had nothing for 2 years. They will never hear the end of it.
And not just on Twitter, or with the reputational risk goes with the investors. That'll be bad. That'll be bad for them. That'll be bad for them all across the board. So yeah, I think the pressure's on for them to ensure that whatever it is supposed to be coming out 2025, it is ready to go.
And PlayStation Studios have to cook now, big time. You get a whole year of relaxing because fucking Concord and That's true. Probably didn't take much budget anyway. But next year, yeah, you better not have only GTA 6. I'm gonna be so pissed off, bro. I'm already pissed off right now that 2024 looks like fucking dog shit now.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm less concerned about day and date PC in 2025. I just from
forget about day and date on PC for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Herman said.
Yeah.
And pretty much the only relevant thing for us gamers. Everything else was about fucking music and stuff. I don't give a shit about.
And even when it comes to 2025, I know delays and cancellations and stuff can happen, but I think that they know that they're in a, like especially now, like Concord is getting destroyed, and investors are watching that. Concord is getting destroyed, and if it doesn't perform well, investors are going to question like, what the fuck happened? Like, we're giving
someone
you money
asked
for this.
me. Someone asked me way earlier in the podcast, how is this gonna damage the brand? Well, easy. They're gonna lose money on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's how. And investors gonna be even more pissed off with every other live service game they're gonna announce afterward if they don't perform.
Yeah, they're gonna be more critical. I mean, they were happy with Helldivers, but they're gonna be like, "Holy shit, you guys don't have a control of this like we thought."
I'm still saying, Helldivers was a one-off thing. You not recreating that success with every service game you're putting out there, impossible. You got lucky. Helldivers did the right thing with the marketing, with the whole for democracy and shit, yeah. But Concord doesn't have that. It has no marketing like this. It's just pretty graphics and I guess unique characters, but like I said, they have no charm whatsoever. The ones that were shown in the cutscenes.
I think that
Like
the reason why
you're building a fan base around great characters or something. Some like in Helldivers with the whole democracy thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you build a fan base around the live service game. If you don't have that by the time the game launches, it's gonna be hard for you. That's all I'm saying, to market this game.
I think, don't forget, I mean, we got 20 votes. Thank you guys, but keep voting. I think that the reason why this game is lacked in the marketing is because this was supposed to be their, oh man, APK is now exclusive, and oh man, we lost what's it called? We lost our what's it called? Oh man, we lost Overwatch. And they were gonna walk out on stage and go, bam! Here goes our answer to Overwatch, and everybody, the crowd was gonna go wild. And the moment they realized that wasn't gonna happen, they knew this was a dud. But they still gotta roll out. Like that Fair Games. Who knows?
Oh,
that could be a Call of Duty clone or some shit, you know. Who knows? That could be their fucking Call of Duty clone.
I forgot it, and you reminded me, and now I'm even more pissed off. Thank you, Mars.
That could be their fucking Call of Duty clone. Think about it.
No, it's not. They already said it's an extraction shit shooter.
Oh, is that what they said? Okay.
Yes. You're gonna rob some fucking bank and get
like paid or what's that? Payday, yeah.
But probably in third person instead of first person.
Oh, okay.
So
We'll see
if Rogue Company had bank heist.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a Call of Duty clone in the works, and maybe they canceled that. They canceled the Call of Duty clone, and now they got or I don't know. Maybe they're going to come up with a Call of. Who fucking knows? I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, I thought the numbers were impressive, and it was funny to see the PC gamers get shut the fuck up, and now they're trying. Now them and haters are trying to say stuff like, "Well, you guys are celebrating timed exclusives." Well, there was no confirmation that every single player game was coming to PC. Maybe it is, but we didn't get confirmation for that. And two, Herman Holtz confirmed that a year ago. He already confirmed that was their strategy. Live service day and date. Single player games will be evaluated, and they will come to PC. If they do come to PC, they come at least a year after the fact. All right, let's move on to our final topic because we're running out of time and definitely want to do this giveaway. Hellblade 2, man. Holy shit. So just to run through it real quick, Hellblade 2 is now 10 days post-launch. It released to mixed reception community-wise. However, it lands at a respectable 81 meta, I believe it is, and 80 plus user score amongst gamer scores. However, it's beginning to feel like a never was. Like nobody's even talking about it anymore. Like you got these Xbox enthusiasts talking about fucking PlayStation, and they're not even talking about Hellblade anymore. And I'm about to show you why. And that's, and the why is because the engagement has been very fucking poor. Now, with moments that its predecessor is even clocking in more active players than the sequel. Holy shit. It has dropped lower in recent days amongst Xbox most played. It's dropped from 23rd to 26th. Here, I want to show you guys this. This to me was astounding to see. So I put this tweet out here earlier. I said, well, our thoughts on this later today. And I put a link to the video, and here goes Hellblade 2. And let's show you the first Hellblade. The first Hellblade is at 339 people in game, right? And just to make sure that y'all weren't saying that this was capped, this was at 10:15 a.m. today. Today at 10:15 a.m. Just a few moments later, at 3:14, at 10:19, there's 314 people in game on Hellblade 2. So it's not even a full 2 weeks after launch. You got more people playing the first one than they are the second one. And it's already dropped 3 spots on Xbox most played. Cold Blood, question for you. Well, a few questions for you. You gave the game a 6 out of 10. Is your score official? And just to recap for those that are new, that haven't heard it before, if you could briefly, why did you give it a 6 if it still remains a 6 for you?
I have to do this review like fucking 5 times now. Why did I give it a 6?
Yeah, just briefly.
It's a functioning game.
Mm-hmm.
So you're already not gonna get anything below a 5.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where it ends. It's a functioning game, and it has pretty graphics, and good animations, and the atmosphere. At least they nailed that part. So you get 1 point more from fucking mediocre ass shit.
Okay, I think that's more than fair. I mean, we've seen the footage.
I was going more in depth when we did it the first time, but this time I'm just gonna do the very short version of it.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that makes sense because like you said, this is your 5th time bringing it up. But secondly, just as a precursor to where you stand on it, because I didn't play it, but we did see your gameplay. Your gameplay represents everything that you said about the game. We've seen people that try. I guess they left it on when they went to the grocery store, or somebody said, "I have a reputable."
Go forward no matter what simulator.
Yeah.
And
you say can't even call it walking.
And click on the A or X button.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Like we had somebody say that, I got a reputable bowel syndrome, so that added a few hours. People are padding their time with this game.
Like the one I'm on my fifth playthrough.
Yeah.
Fifth playthrough.
These dudes will go through it. It's like those people that were, you got to play Starfield for 95 hours and then you'll love it. Like, stop.
Like True Rogers said, they have different narratives.
Yeah. That was funny. Oh shit, that's funny. I
mean, how can you, as an American, say narrative instead of narrator?
Yeah,
because that's two different things, bro.
What do you say? Is spell check? You tried to blame it on spell check? No, if we wouldn't have called it out, you would have left it that way. You know what I mean? You didn't try to correct shit. Yeah, stop it. Oh shit. All right, so that's why I wanted to preface your score so people could understand the next question. In your opinion, what must they do in Hellblade 3 in order for it to reach the greatness that we were expecting in Hellblade 2?
Hellblade 3? That shit's gonna happen. Are you sure after this success it's gonna happen?
Well, that's the final question.
Well, I mean, what has to happen? It has to be more like God of War, like what Post-Up tried to tell us what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And this time for real, like actual combat with actual combos and real exploration and stuff,
Not just walking and pressing forward. Yeah.
And maybe sometimes find some collectible on the fucking road. That's not what I mean. I mean actual exploration. At least like Stellar Blade has.
Yeah. Yep.
If you can make a game, look. If you can make a game like Stellar Blade, you're already on the right path.
You're on the right path. Yep. You got the visuals. You got the animations. I mean, that you got that out of the way. Just flesh out the game. All right. So here we go. With the game's current trajectory, we got more people playing still Hellblade 1 and 2. It dropping place, not even.
That is sad, bro.
Yeah.
That is sad. But when did Hellblade 1 came out on PC?
10 days ago. So the 21st.
Hellblade 1.
Oh, Hellblade 1. I'm sorry. Hellblade 1 came out 7 years ago.
On PC?
Yeah. 7 years ago on PC.
What the fuck? It has no business having more players than
Exactly. It just came out. All the anticipation and hype for it. And
ain't nobody telling me they're playing the first one to play the second one.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be fucking cap.
Oh, shit.
Because if that is true, it should be already dropping again from Hellblade 1 because it's so fucking short.
Well, close to 7 years ago. It was August 8th, 2017. So about 22, 21 months ago. Something around it. Yeah, it's not good, man. Not good. So what is it? What do you think is going to happen with them, bro? Like, are they going to go the way of Tango and Arcane? Do you think Xbox is going to give them another chance? What would you place your bets on happening?
Place my bets on them maybe finishing Project Mara and then be done.
Yeah.
But hoping they're actually gonna get the full funding and support from Xbox this time. And don't rush them.
Yeah. Nope. Give them the full support to create a full game, not a tech demo. I don't know why you thought a tech demo was what you would need 4 years going in. That's stupid. And to use their talents for that's embarrassing. That just proves that.
What? No, they proved Unreal Engine 5 was working.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they proved with this.
I bet you Tim Sweeney's happy than a motherfucker.
Yeah, he is probably.
Ooh, happy than a motherfucker. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Phil. Shit. But for you to now have moments where the fucking first one, which is almost 7 years old, is getting more players than you, and you're hovering around the same amount of players, that's an embarrassment. 10 days from launch. 10 days from launch. Not 10 months. Not 10 weeks, 10 days. It's an embarrassment. And it's not like, you know what? If these numbers were high, like if Hellblade just had legs like the creature off of Stranger Things, that would be different. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, it's hovering around 30,000, and then Hellblade 2 just happened to dip under 30,000, was at 29.5 or something like that thousand. Okay, that would be. You could make fun, you could troll and make fun of it, but it would be less severe. Hellblade 1, which is okay, it's a 7-year-old game, is already low. It's like hovering around between 300 and 400. You're in the same vicinity. You're hovering around the same vicinity, give or take 100. It's crazy. That is not good. 10 days from launch, not good. So, all right. With that said, that's our show, folks. But we got a giveaway. We got more happening. We got a giveaway we're about to do. So let's get to that screen. Oh yeah.
All right. Fucking finally, Moss.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, we're going. So here we go. This is everybody that participated. We were hoping to get about 50 participants, and you guys could have got double entries and all that other shit, but whatever. And so if you're watching this and you're
wait. Someone did share it out, from what I remember.
They did?
Yeah, someone did.
Let's see.
I think on Twitter.
Oh, they shared it out on Twitter? They didn't provide a link, or did I just miss it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Do we know who that person was?
Geek, what last giveaway are you talking about? This is the first one we did.
Yeah, this is the first giveaway. This is the Geek, I swear, man, I love Geek.
Yeah.
I love Geek, but Geek.
Both.
I love Geek, but man, if we were to have a test of the Geek is here for every show, and if we were to give a test, like bro, like he would fuck every test. This is the giveaway. We said that we're doing a giveaway today. Last day was the 31st. I mean, if they did share it out, great. I appreciate it, but they were supposed to put it in the thing that would have given them the extra entry to prove to us that they did it. So, we're gonna spin. We got everybody here. Thank you for everybody that participated. And we're going to spin this magic wheel, and we're going to come up with a winner, and I'll communicate to the winner and see how they want to receive their PlayStation Network points. So with that said, let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Let me see you do it. All right. And the winner is... it is Lynn. Lynn in the house. That was, who was it? It was Lynn. Oh, what was Lynn's name? Lynn, it was everything Lynn, I think it was. Let me go. Announcements. Giveaways. Deals and giveaways. Here we go. She's in here. What was it? What was her name? Oh, Lynn Kishi's version. All right, let me respond to Lynn. Oh, hold on. Whoa. I'm gonna DM Lynn. Yeah, so Lynn, congratulations. Thank you very much. And I will be reaching out to you, Lynn, to see how you want to receive your points. Thank y'all. Cold Blood and I have to go ahead.
It's where is this person from? Is that from our memberships or from Discord?
Discord.
Lynn. Where did you find that?
If you go to deals and giveaways, she's right there.
Where?
Lynn Keshi's version. Queen of Nothing.
Queen of what?
That's it. That's the subtext under her name, Queen of Nothing.
Lynn. God damn it. I can find that person.
She's right above Paul Game Forever.
Oh, wait. No. Wait. What the fuck? Do we have a different list or something?
What list are you looking at?
What deals and giveaway?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna show you here.
Oh, there. Okay.
You see her? Okay, you see. Yep. So congratulations, Lynn. I'll be reaching out to you to see how you want your points. Thank you, everybody, for participating. He said, "Thank God somebody would." Well, like I said, Geek, we were trying to get participation up. We were hoping that you guys would help us with the participation, but nobody did. Well, somebody did, but not enough did.
Lynn can buy Concord for full price now.
Yeah, we'll let Lynn review it. Maybe you can share. Maybe she can share with you, Cold Blood and shit. Yeah, that way we ain't got a lot of shit. No, for full transparency, y'all. We're a big family here. We appreciate everybody that helps out and contributes and all other stuff. And we want to keep that within the circle. We're not getting finessed. There are plenty of times that I've been finessed doing this for Stadia and doing this for other places where people don't really support the platform. They just sneak in, find a way, go about their business, unsub, all that shit. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to build like our own clubhouse within Discord. That way we ain't got to worry about YouTube algorithms and all that goofy shit, because it's counterproductive to us getting our product out, or getting our content out, which we really feel like is really informative to the gaming community. We need you guys' help to do that though. But to help you guys do that, we do things like this giveaway. So when we ask if y'all guys can spread the love and show us that you do it, it would be highly appreciated, if you guys do that. You know what I'm saying? That's the purpose of the giveaways.
Moss, to make sure these giveaways stay fucking transparent, the person has to give us some proof that she got it from you, or you have to prove it somehow. Because that's the only way people gonna trust this shit.
Well, yeah, what we normally do is we have the person do a thank you. So like, when we would have people that would win like the Stadia, what's the cause, we would ask them to go on Twitter. In this case, I don't even know if this person has a Twitter account, but they're in here in the Discord, that we would have them say thank you. He says, let's do a 2-week giveaway next and not change the date. I don't know if we do a 2-week giveaway. I mean, that's understandable, Geek, but we're we'll see. We'll see. That's. I mean, we'll take that as a suggestion, but again, we're trying to make sure that there isn't we're going to pile on and do what we need to do just for 2 weeks and then people just disappear. That doesn't help.
Can we now spoil the plan for next month?
For next what?
For the next month, can we spoil the plan now?
Sure. Spoil it for me too, because I can't. Because I'm not thinking straight
we've been
right
talking
now.
about this. What the hell, boss?
We go refresh my memory.
You said it yourself. We make a members giveaway next.
Oh yeah. We're doing members giveaway next. Absolutely. And I actually had some ideas about that when I get back from this graduation, I want to talk to you about. Because again, our giveaways are going to be structured where you're not going to. Again, we want to give love back to those that continuously support us. This is not a giveaway because we're desperate for followers. This isn't one of those things. And again, if you're from the cloud gaming community, I know for a while you've had various channels doing that shit, and it's kind of like backfired on them. That's why I'm not doing it, because I just sat back from afar and I watched the shit happen, and I'm like, I've been doing this for 7 years. This is not going to work. You do not sustain viewers like that. They just come in like rats. They nibble off the cheese and then they run off. Like, if you really want to reward people, you know what I'm saying, for supporting your platform, then you got to structure it in a way to where you're making it eligible solely to your supporters. And that's what we do here for our giveaways. Our giveaways are not going to be low-hanging fruit for those that just want to nibble the cheese and go away. No. So that's why I said a 2-week giveaway. We don't know, but I'm glad Cold Blood mentioned it. We're going to do something for members, and we're going to do it something in a way to where you can't just click a foamy membership and then go away forever. I'm going to talk to Cold Blood, give him some of my ideas, and see what he thinks is good. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll come back and give y'all more details. But yes, the next giveaway is going to be a members giveaway. So all of you members, you know what I'm saying, thank you for your support. We appreciate you guys and gals, and you definitely will be rewarded for your support. So Geek to Seek said, yeah, I'm good with four members. Yeah, absolutely. You again, and I think that's only fair, Geek, that people like yourself who, the day that we went live with the memberships, because you were asking for, remember, he was like, let's do membership. The moment we did memberships, you joined, and you've been a faithful member for Lord knows how long. You know what I'm saying? So he said, let's do it in 2 weeks' time. We'll see. All right. With that said, that's the show, y'all. Congratulations to Lynn. I'll be reaching out to you, Lynn, and we will respond back and let you guys know when we go live next. I don't know what Cold Blood, you still itching to do some X-Defying? Hey, Dorian, you trying to play some X-Defying? Cold Blood will let you know when if and when he's going to play something. So stay tuned for that, over the weekend. But thank you, everybody, for showing up. Until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.